Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in this world. This is Hedgen Lee with an update for STEAM. This was requested, so I thought it'll be best to do a video more in detail analysis covering both short term and the long term. So to start off, I'm using now the weekly chart to display the long-term outcome. Really hasn't changed much. Now, if you see, I've labeled this as a W, X, Y. It's been doing three-wave swings since its ICO. And that three-wave swing can be seen as an ABC for the W, ABC, very clear three-wave swing cuts. Belongs to the family of three, which is what? If it belongs to the family of threes, it belongs to consolidation or corrective sequences. So ABC for X and ABC for Y. Now, is there potential for this Y to go right here? Yes, there absolutely is. And the way we'll know is if price can recover back to the 80s, 90s, or really $1. And that is the alternate count. But primary still remains so that we have a double combination WXY. The Y target remains at around 12 to 9 cents, somewhere in that range, because it bounced off this support. It's going to consolidate, and we'll go into more details on this consolidation and that's in progress. But I think it'll reach towards the bottom of this support region, which is where the wave 5 of C of blue Y resides. And if that's the case, that should also jive pretty well with the cycle. So the weekly cycles showing pretty good consistency except this one. There's a bit of an elasticity. And if this was truncated or shorter than usual, it's likely that the next one will be elongated, I think, to make up for the truncation of the prior cycle. And if the cycle shows that a new one was started back when wave 3 was hit, the midpoint is still in April, let's say. And I think that's where wave 4, whether this is a flag, a bear flag or not, wave 4 will reach the top line of this, which is somewhere in the mid 50 cents or 54-cent region. If price can bust through this white trend line and reach towards here, it's probably no longer wave 4, then likely wave 5 and Y finished here. That is the alternate scenario. Again, 6-hour cycle shows pretty good consistency. A new bottom was reached. And I think this cycle should go until end of February or so. Price has already exceeded the top line of the Bollinger Band on this short-term chart. And this I just posted in the alerts. I think the 4-hour chart shows a pretty clean trend line for a megaphone pattern. The cycles comply. So I've established my rungs. I think this one just got filled at 0.3107. That means that I think this is a WXYX and a Z. And a triple combination basically. And it should usually hit or temporarily pierce the upper trend line of the megaphone. Now, the pattern also suggests that an inverted head and shoulders is in play. And I had been watching this for quite a while, since around this time, and seeing if it does swing back up, we can draw a neckline like so. Symmetry is a little bit off, but that's okay. So we have the left shoulder, head, and then the right shoulder. If that's correct, then the minimum distance travel on this would be somewhere around, let's say, to the 37-38 cent region. But I think it's a minimum, which means it'll likely be exceeded, just like here. Now, if you look at this also, there's a fractal going on too. If I draw a line across this, this was the left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Okay, and price breached right past the neckline, well exceeded the minimum, and went on to touch the upper trend line of this megaphone. So I like what I see. I like the setup. I think it's a very attractive long setup, and an entry at current price levels could provide a return of 63%. Not too shabby. And yes, I hold quite a bit of STEEM as a HODL, but also a good amount in the trading account to see if I can take advantages of moves like this. Now, here I got 54% on this one, okay? And I think I got out at around 39 or 40 cents. And that means that, let's say you had 10 bucks, so you got 15 bucks. And if you're going to gain 63%, that'll get you another 9 bucks or so, to give you a total of, let's say, 24.50, 25 bucks. So that is the ideal way of increasing your capital base with profitable trades. Now, I had not traded since the recent trade on Bitcoin short, which delivered an 18% loss on the trade. But overall, on my trade, since I started posting, I'm still up at 12.78%, rounded off to 13%. If this can give me a 63% increase without leverage, because there's no leverage available for STEEM, I think that'll be a very nice return. Okay, I hope you found this detailed analysis of STEEM helpful. Have a great day.